So Jaws, you ever see Jaws? Never. Not that there'd be a shark in it. You gotta watch out for those gators. Florida alligators. The rain down. No joke. They're gigantic alligators. With Gatorland. Like, who makes like, and isn't that the worst? Like, people are afraid of alligators, so you're gonna make a whole theme park. You saw how Jurassic Park worked out. Hello, adventurers. So I hope you are enjoying Twitter and you are now mastering the ocean of social media. I'm going to go over one more lesson on Twitter before we move on to some other platforms. We will go back to Twitter a couple more times, but today I'm going to show you how to be a shark on Twitter. So here we are on my buddy Jeremiah. The button that I want to show you is, again, the gear button. So when I hit this button here, all of these different menus come up, and I'm going to teach you what each one of these do. So the first thing is mute at Jeremiah Lloyd. What this allows me to do is to mute him without actually unfollowing him. That means is that they will not show up in my feeds. If I do need to block or report, I use this probably almost on a daily basis when I get people that can guarantee me followers, or I can see that they're a spam account. I try to do the world a service and banish them from existence. Turn on notifications. What turn on notifications are great for. So this might only be 5% of your people, might only be 5 of your people. For example, there I will turn on notifications. Now I have to enable that on my device here. What that allows me to do with notifications is that I would get a push notification to my device every time that he would tweet. This may be good for family members or a key brand you're involved with. Now, turn off retweets. Most of the time, I don't want to see somebody else's retweets. I just want to see their original thought. So for some people that over retweet, this is really great. A lot of people don't even know what that means. All that means is that if I hit that button, that means that I will not see anything that Jeremiah retweets. Now, since Jeremiah isn't an over retweeter, I'm fine with that, because for some people, since they do it so rarely, it's usually really important. Create new contact is a good button to hit. Many times you meet somebody and you actually want to turn this into a contact in your address book, so you can do that there, or you can add that to an existing contact. Of course, unfollow, we know what that is, and then add and remove from lists. We've shown you that before, and so I can put him in many different lists there. That is, again, one of Twitter's greatest features of add and remove from lists. But when you start to realize, oh wait, I can mute somebody, turn them off, or I can make sure I get push notifications, or I don't want to hear the noise of their retweet, you can see that all of these are really great things that nobody takes the time to be thoughtful about it and customize those settings. Let more of those people on your adventure into your life, and those people that are just on the outskirts, sometimes you're going to have to turn them down. Also, to send a direct message. One of the new things in Twitter too is that when I go to send a direct message, I actually could do group messages as well there. So that's a new feature there in Twitter. If I go to me, I'm going to go to myself right here, and I'm going to hit my gear button. You see, it is different. But when I go to settings, I'm not going to have as many options here. Over here, when you talk about some of these, the one item that I want to show you that is super helpful for me, that would help you a ton, is under services, read later. I have mine connected to an app called Pocket. We are going to do a whole entire episode about this. If you're already on Pocket, that's something you can connect to, or it's something you might want to look into. So let's say I'm going through my feed here, and okay, here's this guy, and I don't have time to go and read this whole article, so I just send it to Pocket. What it's doing is now it links it to that other app, so that when I'm going through articles in the morning, I can see any of those links that I sent just from Twitter. I can take some of those links and send them right to Pocket, and you will see in a later episode how that is amazing for you. So there you have it. You know, those little buttons that nobody else presses. So when you take that extra 5-10 seconds and you press that button, what's the worst that's going to happen? I mean, you're not going to go shut down a power grid or anything. So don't freak out. And when you're able to start customizing, you're able to create that experience, and you're able, instead of feeling like you work for the social media platforms, that they're working for you the way you designed, and your adventure is going to be so amazing that you're going to need a bigger boat. And your adventure begins right now.